ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Waffle TV. This is your favorite platform where we facilitate the understanding of elementary mathematics, and we equally encourage the study of mathematics, science, and technology. Just to have a quick recap of our past lessons, since we started with fractions, we've done types of fractions, addition of fractions, subtraction of fractions, multiplication of fractions, division of fractions, and of course, we've tried to combine addition and subtraction and division and multiplication as part of our lessons. And with a clear understanding of these past lessons, today we are going to look at something a little bit more complex but very simple, I assure you. Pay attention so that by the end of the lesson, we should be able to meet our target, which is to be able to solve problems in fractions involving mixed rule. That is addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication all in one. So the topic of our lesson today is problems involving mixed rule, and that is what we call Bodmas. I believe this is what many of us have been waiting for. Without any waste of time, we are going to go straight away into solving our first example, and of course following with others so that you can better understand practically how to do Bodmas. If you have a problem as such, we have multiplication, subtraction, and division. We follow the rule of Bodmas. So what is Bodmas in the first place? Bodmas is simply a rule which states the process by which we can solve problems that have so many rules. And what is it in Bodmas? In Bodmas, we have B, which stands for bracket, O, which stands for off, D, which stands for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. And that is the order in which you solve any problem that involves mixed rule. So first, you identify the bracket and solve. Next, you go to off, to division, to multiplication, addition, and lastly, subtraction. But mind you, you may have subtraction in bracket. Therefore, you respect bracket, which means you're going to solve the bracket first, no matter what is inside. So in this problem specifically, we have this multiplication, subtraction, and division. Which one do we start with? The first that comes in Bodmas is division. So division will be A, followed by multiplication, of course, and we'll end up with subtraction as C. If you identify this way, it will be easier for you to follow up. So let's do the first part. The first part is A. And in A, in solving division, we take what is to the left and what is to the right. To the left, we have 3½ divided by 2 1/3. First, we change the mixed fraction to improper fraction. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7/2 divided by 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7/3. And in this case, we are going to change the sign and invert the second fraction. It will become 7/2 times 3/7. And this 7 can simplify 7. 7 here one time, 7 here one time. And our answer at this level is 3/2. Let's move to the next, which is B. B, to the left, we have 3/5 multiplied by, and to the right, we have 3 1/3, which is the same as 3/5 multiplied by 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10/3. And here what can simplify? We have 5. 5 into itself one time, 5 into 10 2 times. 3 can simplify here one time, simplify here one time. And we will have 2/1, which is the same as 2. Now we exploit C. C here, we take what is to the left and what is to the right. We cannot use 3 1/3 because it's already solved here. So we are going to take the answer we've had in B and subtract the answer we have in A from it. The answer we've had in B is 2 minus what we have in B, which is 3/2. And this is the same as, you can change this to a fraction, and also this remains a fraction. The denominators are different, so we find LCM. And the LCM of 1 and 2 is 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down your minus sign. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1/2. And that is our final answer. So this is what you do if you find a question as such. Here is our second example. And in this second example, we have the brackets, we have division, and we have multiplication, and also we have addition, but addition is in brackets. As I explained before, if you have addition here comes last but one, but in this case we are going to solve this first because addition is in bracket and bracket comes first in the rule of Bodmas. So we are going to identify this as A. We start with this, followed by division, B, and we are going to end up with C, which is multiplication. Let's start with A, 5.5 plus 3.25. The denominators are different, so we're going to find the LCM. And before we find LCM, you add the whole numbers. 5 plus 3 is 8. LCM will be 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. You bring down your addition sign. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And this is equal to 8 and 3/4 for A. Let's go to B. We take what is to the left of B, which is 4 and 2/3, divided by what is to the right. To the right is not 5.5, but we've solved everything here. So our answer will be what will go to the right, and that is 8 and 3/4. This will be 3 times 4, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 14/3 divided by 4 times 8 is 32, and 32 plus 3 is 35/4. Here we are going to change the sign and invert the second fraction before we simplify, and this will be 14/3 multiplied by 4/35. Here, any numerator and denominator that can divide, here we have 14 and 35. They have 7 as a common factor. So 7 into 14, 2 times. 7 into 35, 5 times. Nothing else, so we multiply across. 2 times 4 is 8, and 3 times 5 is 15. That's the answer at this level. Now we move to C. C is what we have to the left, which is 4 and 1.5 multiplied by, we've used this and we've used this. So the answer we've had to the right is 8/15. And here we have a mixed fraction, so we have to change it. 2 times 4, 8. 8 plus 1 is 9/2 multiplied by 8/15. Here we simplify. 2 into itself 1 time, 2 into 8 4 times, 3 into 9 3 times, and 3 into 15 5 times. Nothing else, so we multiply across. 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 times 5 is 5. And this is the same as 2 and 2/5. That will be our final answer for this. If this is well understood, then we can move on to the third and the last example, of course, so that we can apply our knowledge of addition of fractions, subtraction of fractions, multiplication of fractions, and division of fractions that we've learned in our previous lessons. Here we have our third example, and of course it's seemingly very long. Just at first sight you may get scared that perhaps it's a very difficult question, but this is one of the simplest questions to solve as far as Bodmas is concerned. Let's follow our rule and identify the order in which we are going to solve. So we start with brackets, and we have 2 brackets here, so we can say this is A and this is B. Then the next sign is of C. The next sign that comes after of is division, D. We don't have multiplication, and we have addition here, which is E, and the last is subtraction, F. This is the order in which we are going to solve. We start with A is 8 and 1/5 plus 2 and 2/3. This is having different denominators, and so we have to find the LCM. And the LCM, before we go into the LCM, we can add the whole numbers. 8 plus 2, which is 10. And the LCM of 5 and 3 is 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. And our answer here will be 10, and 3 plus 10 is 13/15. That is for the first part. A is done. Let's move to B, the second bracket. Here we have 4/5 minus half. Here the denominators are different, so we go straight away into finding the LCM. And the LCM of 5 and 2 is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. You bring your minus sign. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 5 times 1 is 5. 8 take away 5 will give 3/10. 10. This is our second bracket. Let's move to C. C is off. We have 6 over 7 to the left, and to the right we have 420. This is the same as 6 over 7 multiplied by 420 over 1. With this, 7 is a common factor to 7 and 420. So 7 divide itself one time. 7 divide 42 6 times, and 0 0 times. So 6 times 6, or 6 times 60, will give 360. At this level, this is off. We are done with C. After C is D. And D here to the left, we've already solved this bracket. So we are going to take the answer we had in this bracket and divide by 3/4. And our bracket B is here 310 divided by 3/4, which is the same as 310 times 4 over 3. 3 can simplify this 3. 2 into 4 2 times, and 2 into 10 5 times. 1 times 2 will be 2, and 5 times 1 will be 5. So at this level, we are done with D. Now let's move to E, multiplication. And here we've already solved this. We're going to take the answer in C, 360. And we add to the answer we had here, 10 and 13 over 15. This is the same as, this is a whole number and this is a whole number. So we can add the whole numbers and maintain the fraction. That is going to give us 370 and 13 over 15. That is it at the level of E. And the last F means we take all what we have solved this way. 370 and 13 over 15 minus this sign. All what we have had today, to the right, 2 over 5. At this level, we can find LCM because the denominators are different. And before we do that, 370 minus 0 will remain 370. And the LCM here is 15. 15 divided by 15 is 1. 1 times 13 is 13. You bring down minus sign. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. You bring forth this whole number, 370, and the fraction here will be 13 minus 6, which is 7 over 15. And that is our final answer as far as this problem is concerned. So you can confirm with me that this is one of the very simple questions to solve as far as Bodmas is concerned. What you have to do is just to apply the rule and go meticulously so that you don't skip any step. With this done, I believe we've gained something today. And if you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Click the notification bell so that you always get notified when we post a video, and subscribe to our channel to have more videos on elementary mathematics. See you in our next lesson. And of course, we are going to be doing more on fractions. Ciao.